Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today is Thursday, which we're doing a spotlight of women in the horror industry. And today I have a special guest, Esme Auster. She is a award-winning director for her documentary Here for a Good Time, and she is making her horror movie directorial debut with the movie The Rat King. Esme, how are you doing?
I'm doing so good, Travis. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited about this.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. So tell us a little bit about The Rat King.
So, The Rat King is a horror-length feature film, and my original thought process with the script was I wanted something that would sort of be like a leg up into the industry, sort of like a compact, single location type movie. And horror is, the hot thing right now. So that was sort of an obvious choice. And then the idea behind it came because I was thinking and I was like, we haven't had like a truly original, like new kind of movie monster kind of since the Babadook. Like that was the first like new monster. Like we've had Frankenstein for a while and there's vampire movies and werewolf movies, but like a new monster. So I was like, I want to come up with my monster. Um, and so once I had the idea for the monster, which I don't want to spoil, I'm not gonna give too much away.
Okay.
Um, but then I was like, okay, I need a plot that fits this. And horror has always sort of been one of my favorite genres because I feel like it's so much more like politically and socially aware than other genres are. So I really wanted to like have the monster represent something the way that like classic movie monsters have. Um, so that was sort of the intention behind that. And then I've been working on the script for a couple of years. Finished it up right around the time that the writers' strike started. So right when we were getting ready to pitch to studios, that didn't that wasn't an option anymore. So my assistant director and I, who I know from college, we just decided like we don't want to lose this momentum. Let's just do it totally independently. So that's what we're doing. We're actually getting ready to cast. Hopefully within the next couple of days, we're going to open up the casting call. It's going to be a nationwide open call. Currently only for non-union actors, but once we've figured out how to work with SAG, we're going to hopefully also be able to cast SAG actors in this as well, which is super exciting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, have you picked a filming location?
So we are going to film in New England, although the film is set in the Midwest. Our team, which is currently about 6 people, most of whom we all met in college in Western Mass. That's just where we have a community. We have a lot of support there. We are about a year out from principal photography, so we have some time to find our location. The main location, it's set on a farm, like a farm that's been abandoned for about 20 years, and then this group of people kind of start squatting there and makes it their own. So we're looking for a farm with a farmhouse and a barn that's fairly secluded from the neighbors. And then we're also going to be looking for a library and a liquor store. And those are pretty much, that's it for locations for us. So
That's basically
keeping costs low there.
okay. Now, what has been some challenges as a new director in the horror industry or period?
It's kind of been surprisingly easy since we
Really?
decided to go forward. I mean, obviously funding is like the elephant in the room at all times, and we're just getting started on that process. Like I said, we have about a year, but we are looking to raise about $100,000, and we only have about 5,000 right now. So,
Okay.
got a ways to go. So that's definitely a big challenge. But my team has been like so far really, really incredible and like really enthusiastic, and I really get the sense from them that they're passionate about the project, which means so much to me because it's like my baby. I wrote it. Um, my cinematographer is a friend of mine from college. His name is Che Williams. He has also done documentary work and he's done some work for the History Channel. And he's just been like so supportive and like ready to work and like not concerned about when he's getting paid or if he's getting paid, which everybody is eventually, eventually. But
Good to
that's
know.
just a fear of really independent film.
So, as far as funding, are you doing crowdsourcing or
So we do have plans to crowdsource eventually. I think it's sort of a last resort for us because it's not super realistic to get $95,000 from a bunch of strangers online, but 5,000 to fill out this exact expense and this exact expense, that's a lot more realistic. So that's kind of going to be like a fill in the gap sort of thing. We've already started applying for grants. A lot of them reopen at the beginning of next year, so we'll apply for a bunch then too. But our primary source is going to be private investors. So we've started putting together a business plan and just finding the right kind of people who will take that financial risk on a new movie like this.
Okay. So I asked you about the challenges as a first-time director. What are some challenges as a woman in the horror industry, first-time director?
You know, there's definitely a lot. Um, I think as a genre, horror has not been altogether that friendly to women, but I also think that women really gravitate towards it because there are great female characters. Um, and I think with more women directors entering the industry, it's sort of been shifting the like really graphic violence against women, like sort of away from how like graphic we really show it. Sorry, I'm can I start this part over?
You're fine. Go
Um,
ahead.
so I feel like the tonal shift of the genre has kind of been moving away from showing like explicitly graphic violence against women and more sort of showing from a woman's perspective how it feels. And that's definitely something that I've been wanting to capture with this script specifically. Um, and as far as like the challenges that I've specifically faced with this script, it's really, I mean, it's really kind of the same thing that I think any woman in a male dominated field struggles with, which is that people really don't take you seriously. Like they take one look at you and they're like, oh, you're so young. Oh, you're so this. Oh, you look this way. So you must be this way. Like a lot of assumptions just get made. Like I've been joining all of these Facebook groups and asking all these questions and meeting all these people, and it's been really awesome. But I also get a lot of messages of people, of men mostly, explaining like the most basic filmmaking things you could possibly think of. They're like, have you storyboarded before? I'm like, my last movie won awards in international film festivals. Like I might be 25, but I do know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, who has been some of your inspirations in horror that over the time that's giving you,
So I've really been inspired by the sort of shift in horror over the last 10 years where it's sort of become a lot more serious and high production value. But I also love like the older, like really campy stuff. Like I'm a big fan of the Sleepaway Camp franchise, if you're familiar.
yeah.
And so I wanted this movie to sort of marry the two of like the like really serious, like auteur style of like Midsummer with that sort of like crazy, insane, ridiculous camp.
Okay. So, what's going to be the gore level?
Um, so it's not high. There's one scene at the end. It's sort of like it's like a very slow burn and then it all kind of explodes at the end. And the last scene, it will depend like how much of a budget we have, but there's one shot where if we can pull it off, there's a character who gets fully burned alive, and I'd love to have like some sort of like practical time lapse effect of the skeleton withering away and all that. And like a little bit of blood here and there, but it's not going to be like a slasher type film.
Okay. What's one actor, actress that you would love to work with?
Oh God. I mean, it's such a cliche, but like Florence Pugh. I just think she's so amazing. And Jenna Ortega as well, both of them are just like so incredible. Um I feel like those are like the most basic answers I possibly could have given. Well, I'm just such a big fan of both of them, and like I write pretty much exclusively lead roles for women. Um so and like younger women because that's my experience. That's where I pull from. So yeah, either of them would be a dream come true.
I tell people all the time, Scream 6. Yeah, Scream 6. I'm like, that is as good as the original. It's the
Yeah,
best
like
one.
I don't know how they can pull that off in the sixth one, but like they've just it's really comes down to they had the right people, I think.
I'm shocked they didn't stop right there,
Yeah,
because that was a perfect masterpiece movie and a great ending. But they're
yeah.
going with Scream 7, so I guess money
Yeah,
talks.
we'll see how that one is.
So, what was your favorite horror movie growing up?
Definitely House of a Thousand Corpses, Rob Zombie.
Really?
That definitely falls on like the campier side. But I love his music, and the rest of his movies are okay, but House of a Thousand Corpses I think is just so bonkers, and like who thinks of that kind of stuff?
It's
Um,
definitely a mind trip.
yeah. So that one, and I love like just an ensemble cast of insane characters. Uh,
Yes.
like the Firefly family.
Firefly.
Um, so yeah, I love that movie.
Awesome, awesome. So, where can everyone find you?
So I am on, well, my production company, the Late Night Picture Show, is on Instagram at Late Night Picture Show Films, and it's on TikTok at like at Late Night Picture Show. It wouldn't let me put films, that was too many characters. Um, and we also have a Facebook page. We also have a website if you just go to latenightpictureshowfilms.com. Um, there you go. And
And we be doing the casting call there as well.
we're going to be casting through Backstage. People will be able to submit either through Backstage or to the designated email that we set up for the casting. So you don't
Okay.
have to have a paid Backstage account to submit. And we will be promoting that on all of our socials as well as linking it directly on our website.
Okay, and that'll be coming out in a couple months.
Couple days, hopefully.
Couple days. Okay, wow.
Like we're like this close.
Right there. Awesome, awesome. Well, Esme, thank you for coming on, and thank you for being the first woman to come on for spotlight. I want to bring a spotlight. There's been a lot of women directors who have been showing interest on coming to my show, doing an interview, and I was like, let me give the ladies their own day.
Yeah,
And to have you as my first guest, first Thursday, has been
that's
amazing.
awesome. That's so exciting. I'm honored.
And please come back once your movie has a release date,
Definitely.
and make sure I get a screener of that bad boy too.
You got it. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming to the horror room. I'm Travis Bruce. You all take care.